Welcome back. It's a new day. Last night I got to Illustrator and started designing what I wanted my taillights to look like. And I'll show you right now. This is what I figured out. Looks a little rough. That's cardboard. So I took a nice guesstimate roughly of where this is. I traced it out, cut it out, and then traced out the size of these, the outer part, so that I know how much I need cut so I can press it in. This is my beautiful artist rendition that I'll use actual vinyl stickers for, so that I don't make an ugly shape like this. And I decided, fuck it, I like this. This will be cool. We made a group consensus between the two of us that this would be better than having nothing. And then I also get to utilize the OEM reverse light here in the reverse light slot. This one's going to go here. This is going to be my primary brake light. I don't think it's going to do a whole lot more than that, honestly. It lights up red, as I might have mentioned in the last video, but it is clear. And I think that'll be nice for people to know that I'm coming to a stop. And this over here is going to be potentially turn signal, but for sure daytime running light and secondary brake light. And these are going to be, in some way or fashion, using the OEM bulb and creating a better shape for it where I have to cut out. You can see I was using my marker. I'll show you a bit better in a moment where these are going to be cut out and reusing the OEM turn signal. And this is going to be reusing the OEM reverse, and these will be taking power from the OEM lights but going to these ones instead. So, like I was mentioning, I want to be able to service these if anything goes wrong. These aren't a really expensive part, but if anything goes wrong, I'd rather be able to replace the whole thing if possible. So I'm going to make it in this fashion out of sheet metal soon. I'll be taking this, tracing it, cutting a little bit of extra, and we'll work away at that. So I can fit it in here, and then we'll be taking that and starting to blend the outer trim piece, or maybe something else, but most likely the outer trim piece, to connect with this. And then this is going to get filled so that it's all seamless. And let's just move this over here. So here we have the best you can see. Hold on, there's a mosquito on my arm. Where the fuck did it go? Here you can see where the, I forget which order these go in, but I'm going to check it sooner rather than later, and which order the bulbs go in. This one is probably running light, and this one's brake light. I don't fucking remember. I haven't driven this car in like half a year or more. This is where I'm talking about using the OEM reverse light, and you can see where I'm going to have to cut to be able to use that portion. I actually have a piece around here, if I can recall where I put it, that I'll be reusing from, you probably saw it, the inside portion, and I plan to use that, and I will cut it to shape and place it sealed underneath. That'll give it a cool effect. It'll still keep it looking a little retro, but also it'll illuminate this in a bright white, which is very nice because I want people to know that I'm going to reverse. And over here you can see all the things I've done. So this is probably where I'm going to put some kind of reflector or divider or whatever to make sure that it's actually reflecting out this way as my turn signal. And then here you can see the radiusing roughly that I'm going to have to do with the Dremel to cut this out so that I can get one of these to sit flush in here the way that I need it. And it shouldn't take too much work. You can see these are really low profile. I just need enough room that I can run this to the backing plate here so that I can keep it all OEM, take it apart, and still, you know, have my custom taillights with the accessibility of the factory one. That's the whole plan here, and I don't want to do something way too overcomplicated. So I think I'm on the right track. I think I have something I can do here that's going to look really cool. It's going to be unique, but also still have the same kind of serviceability you'd expect from like the factory taillight of a car. That's the goal, and we'll see how that goes. I might put you guys over my shoulder and let you guys see what I'm going to get up to next. Okay, so if you haven't seen it already, we have new stickers in the Basic World store as well. We finally have air fresheners. This is one side, this is the other. And hopefully you get a chance to check those out, buy some. These smell like peach. It smells really good. Stuck one in the fan. It works really well. And these you can get in small, medium. There's going to be a few more cars updated in the future, but this is what we have for now. This is my friend Nick. You've seen him help me lower my car, and then this is the Celica, and this is the small. So this is the small, this is the medium, the large is going to be about that big. And you can get all three sizes, you can get the different cars, and you can get other cars in the future as I draw them, because it does take time to draw each thing, as well as make the videos. So let's get back to it. And here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to first set this aside. I don't know why I should do that anyway. I'm going to actually be taking this, I'm going to go get the Dremel, and then I'm going to start working on clearancing this, because I want to see how far back I need to get it without taking too much of the structural integrity in here. And I also want to be able to get the right shape here so that I can still utilize this factory tunnel part here, because that's going to help me a lot getting the light back out, utilizing the factory metal here that reflects it. So that's going to be a cool way to do that, and use all the factory parts here, and all I have to worry about is here and some body work. And also I'll be bringing you guys along for that, so that'll be cool. Okay, so I got the trusty Dremel here with the cut-off disc, and I'm just going to go over all the parts that I addressed and try to clean them up, get them to a place where I can start fitting in the taillight that exists, and also figure out what the fuck I'm going to do over here. Time-lapse this shit. Okay, it's cool. We're, oh, uh-oh. This is gonna die soon. Okay. So we Dremel, I can't even speak. We've Dremeled this down, and I'm gonna clean it up pretty soon, but first I want to cut all this shit off too. But you can see right away that this is gonna make a lot better surface for, uh-oh. Might need a little bit more. For this to sit in. And it'll do so in a way like this. We'll block this off, and then the reverse light can actually work in here simultaneously.
Like swimming chair, or like pool chairs at the splash pad. Like you got like the tan.
Not really sure if you can hear me, but I reckon I'll use this OEM piece and vent down the tabs over here so that it won't protrude past the place where we make a plate for it. But what will happen is I'll be able to use this factory reflection, and ultimately I don't think I'm going to run into any issues. The only problem is that it might reflect a little bit out here, so maybe we'll darken this out so that most is the reflective, or maybe it's the other way. Maybe I'm supposed to do this side. Maybe I don't fucking bother. Who knows? But what I will do is most likely reuse this, because I know it's going to do the job in the same way that the reverse one's going to do. And if anything, you probably saw in the last video that the OEM ones are pretty tinted in the reverse light, so these should be nice, bright, and let everybody know I'm going in reverse. Same with these signals. I'm planning on running them red. I'll run the inside, probably get some nightshade, and then I don't want to do some tinted shit. I just want a nice red to match that, something around there. And from there, we should be able to, oh shit, I'm still zoomed in. Like that. Over here. In the thing. Okay. Now that we've done it, we know this sits perfectly in here. If I were to make this out of sheet metal, I would be able to put the taillights behind there and have enough space to do all the bullshit that I'm going to do as well. As long as I make sure this connects out here, I should still have the same maximum efficiency sorry, first time doing this. Except for yesterday and the day before that and the day before that and the day before that. Okay. Now that we're clipped in, you can see that everything back here, including some dead bug or something like that, is in here. And it will go. Might even want to make it a little taller or bigger. Right about here. I might make that a little taller so that it sits a bit more up this way and actually shows more of here. But, oh, I'm sorry, you probably couldn't see a thing, could you? I'll make this top part taller. And then in here, it should reflect out using the same kind of style. Factory OEM reflector in there. I'll do it for out here. That way I get the maximum for whatever shape I decide to do, which I'm pretty set that it'll probably be stars. And you'll see why later, besides the basic world stickers of stars. And when I look at it realistically, the only place that I'm really going to be missing out on is the top. So if I cut that taller to match with this line, I think I'll be okay. Okay, this is the closest that I've had it ever since planning this yesterday. And I think it's going to look really cool once the whole thing is blended. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind to have it indented a little bit so that these come out and match with the trim here. It's not the worst look. It really isn't. We'll see how that gets along. But for now, move over to sheet metal. I'm probably going to wrap it up for myself today, but I might want to keep this in the same video so you get a good idea of how it's actually going to come together. And I'm really excited to start wiring it together after it's bodywork so we can see how it's going to look in the car. Have a matching set. That would be so fucking cool. And have a whole functional new taillight setup that cost me very little. Just a lot of headache and R&D most likely. So you can see here, nice little cardboard. And I'm not sure. I'll think on it. I'll decide whether I want it to say flush. I think that might be more the look. Then again, maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't the look. I think I have an idea. Okay, I'll leave you with this. The best mock-up that I can possibly do until we get to tracing and cutting sheet metal. I'm still a very busy guy, so I don't know when the next time I'm going to be able to get to that is. Hopefully soon. Hopefully it's in the same video. If it's not, sorry to leave you hanging, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll put a coupon code in this video. Guess now that I've said it, I have to do it. Anyway, so this is kind of the plan. We'll have, I think I've said this, we'll have this one as our primary brake light. It's not going to light up. It's more for the effect of having a nice cool clear light, but the bulbs are red. And this is going to attract the attention. At the same time, this one's going to light up as a brake light, but this one is going to act as a running light. This over here will operate as signals. And we'll have this. I might do maybe a 2 and 2. I might try to do something that's a bit more efficient, but I do want to have a cool style with that one. And still have it so people can see it. Using the OEM bulb, we'll use a red color like this over here. And over here, we will be using, I still haven't found it, but I didn't bother to look. But there's stuff that we have. And once we get to that, this will be nice white. So we'll have white, white, red, red. That'll be cool. And yeah, it's going to be very cool. The back is going to match the same outside color. It's going to be like a dark gray, black kind of thing, just like the rest of the car. And from there, I'm very excited because I think this will change the whole dynamic of the car, the style, everything that, you know, that you would think somebody wouldn't do it to a car. Well, fucking here we are, back in 2001, licensed shit out. So let's rice the world, and I hope you enjoy and are excited to see, just like I am, what comes of this whole project, because this is going to be really cool, and it's going to tie into a lot of things, and I really want the whole rear end to be a different looking kind of car. even with it being a Celica, it's not just because I want to have a unique car. It's not because I want to have one of one. Holy fuck, the wind. It's not because I want to have a one of one car, some unique stuff, or because I'm inspired by Japan. I truly just enjoy doing this. I enjoy learning it. I've never done bodywork, so why isn't this a great step to learn how to do it before I tackle a big project like doing my rockers or doing something of that nature? I really think it'll be a lot of fun. I think it gets a lot of my creative energy out, and I'm really busy, so this is a good place for me to take a breath, stop hurting my hands, stop hurting my wrists, my back, just wrenching on the car, and then by the time the car is running and driving, I'll be so fucking stoked to drive it and look at it and take pictures all over the place. So I'm really excited for you guys to take a ride on my journey, and this is part of it. This is part of what I'm going to be doing. I know other people do like the single tail light, they do like the sunny tail light, whatever. That's really cool. That stuff is really cool. Woo! That stuff's really cool, but at the end of the day, I wanted to do something unique. I wanted to do something cool. This wasn't my original plan, but the way it's come to fruition, I'm really excited. I'm really stoked to see just how I can utilize all these things and make something look really cool. And, yeah. I didn't want to put circles over here because I don't want it to look like an Alex 7. I want it to look like its own unique thing. I want it to make something that's unique to itself and really cool, with definitely, obviously, some Japanese inspiration, but at the same time, my own brain. I literally got off the video, went inside after cleaning up, and I designed this whole thing. And then I designed, and then I flipped it, and then I designed the tail garnish, and I did like 5 renditions because I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But I do know it's gonna be cool as fuck, and I can't wait for you guys to see what I have in store. Honestly, I've talked so much, I'm probably just gonna make this the outro, even if I do more work. And, wow, look at the timing. I guess I'll leave you with this. Any words? No comment. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys soon. I can never figure any of this shit out, but what I will figure out today is how to make this good old thing that you saw from the last clips out of sheet metal. I am a little proud of this, so I hope it turns out well. If it doesn't, we're just gonna have to do it again. I don't think there's anything I have to tell you. I already told you a whole bunch of shit that you've heard 20 times, so let's get to it. Let's get to drawing. Got my marker in my pocket, and we'll start doing it up.